Hey y'all, they call me Chula. Welcome if you are new, or welcome back to my channel, Hooked on Houseplants, where we love our plants, but we don't let them stress us out. All right, so today we're going to talk about Anthurium. So if you are an Anthurium newbie like myself, this is the video for you. So in the summer of 2024, when I first began my YouTube channel, I did a video where I talked about different plant genuses that at that time I did not have and that I could never see myself acquiring. And guess what? Anthurium were definitely on the list. Not because I don't love them, but because, to be quite honest, I felt very intimidated by the genus. I was extremely intimidated. But as you all know, I love a challenge, so I decided to try them out. So if I can do it, you can do it too. Don't be scared. I'm just kidding. Don't be afraid. The Anthurium that I'm about to show you in my collection, like this Anthurium radicans crossed with luxurians, to me are beginner friendly Anthurium. Now listen, I am by no means an Anthurium expert. This has just been my experience and what I have learned, okay? All right, so just to give you a little bit of a background on Anthurium, they belong to the Araceae family, so they are aeroids. And they are native to Central and South America. So why is it important to know that? It's important to know that because of the climate. Central America generally has a tropical climate characterized by high temperatures and humidity throughout the year. The average temps range from 68 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so there are both wet and dry seasons in this area. But even though Central America as well as South America, they both have diverse climates, varying from tropical rainforests like the Amazon to arid deserts. The lowland areas in South America that are near the equator, that area maintains warmer temperatures throughout the year. So y'all might be thinking, Chula, we really don't care about the weather over there in those areas, but you should. You definitely should, because you, by knowing these conditions, your Anthurium will thrive and you will help to provide them with what they need to survive. Now, even though Anthurium grow primarily in tropical areas, that does not mean that you have to run out and buy a cabinet or cabinets or have a humidifier blasting all the time. That is not what that means. Actually, the Anthurium that I have that I am showing to you, I keep them in ambient conditions. Now, these are just the Anthurium that I have. Like I said, I consider that I have some of the more beginner friendly Anthurium. So basically their care, and I know y'all are going to be like, well, that's basically the care for all plants. But they really need bright and direct light. Yeah, I know we've all heard that before, bright and direct light. But when it comes to Anthurium, they are primarily found on the canopy, um, which basically means they're under trees and other growth. So that is why, in my experience, I have never blasted my Anthurium with too much light because that is not what they are used to, according to what I've learned. Now, opinions may vary on this. Some of you may have yours directly under grow lights and have great success. But in my experience, I have had them in indirect light, as you can see. Okay, so as far as the growing medium, now as you just saw with this Anthurium veitchii, I have it growing in a mixture of pond and leca. So I'm guessing that some varieties do very well in semi-hydro. The rest of mine I have in a fairly chunky mix, but I have not gone overboard. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you something about my Anthurium, the ones that I am growing. They prefer to be consistently moist. So what that means is I do not allow my Anthurium to dry completely out. Okay. So with that being said, to help me with that, I have all of my Anthurium in self-watering pots. Okay, because that just gives me a little bit more leeway, when it comes to watering. So if you struggle with that, then you might want to consider self-watering pots. Okay. Now, like I said, as far as humidity, mine are in ambient conditions, but I have seen where a lot of plant creators, they grow their content creators, they grow their Anthurium in cabinets or certain varieties. But I've also seen a lot of them grown in just ambient conditions. So it's all about, I guess, what you personally prefer, or it could also depend on the type of Anthurium that you are growing. Anthurium do produce flowers, as you can see with this Anthurium andreanum. The more larger varieties produce very large flowers or inflorescence, if I'm saying it correctly. And I have seen a lot of plant content creators that actually have created their own hybrids, which I think is just awesome. Now, will Chula be trying to create her own hybrids? No, I will not. I will leave that to the rest of you. But I think that's great for those who have done so. So as you can see, I just have only, I think, 6 Anthurium in my collection. This one is number 1. And I have stated over and over again that I got this one because of the beautiful color of the flowers. Let me mention something else. Anthurium need fertilizer. Just like most houseplants, they definitely do better with fertilizer. With my Anthurium, I fertilize them. I'm fertilizing them right now, half strength. And I do fertilize them with every watering. You see that new leaf? So this is the Anthurium Silver Blush. And most of these Anthurium I have had for about 6 months because I purchased the majority of them in the late spring and summertime. So this is the Michelle Doc Block. And I also mentioned before in other videos that some anthurium growers, they use Cal Mag, which is calcium and magnesium supplements for their anthurium. I have supplemented with Cal Mag like 2 or 3 times, but then I stopped just because I don't want to overdo things. I feel like for the most part, my anthurium are getting the nutrients that they need. But if I start to see problems, I probably will start up the supplement again. I do see a few marks on the leaves, but anthurium leaves just seem to be very susceptible to marks and damage. Okay. So if you have anthurium, let me know down in the comments if you use CalMag for your anthurium and if you have noticed a difference by using it. So this is number 2. This is number 3. And oh, how could I forget? How could I forget about my crystallinum, y'all? my crystallinum jacarta. Like, how I almost forgot about her. She is number 4. Okay, and I think I got her as well as the silver blush at the same time. And this anthurium, y'all, has just, like I have said before, it has exceeded my expectations. It is absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't give me any problems as long as I keep her watered. Now, I just watered her and I took advantage and rinsed off the leaves, which I always do. But you have to be careful not to let the water sit on the leaves because you don't want to cause fungal issues either. So that is one reason why I always keep the ceiling fan going in this plant room, because there's lots of plants and they definitely need that aeration. They need that air circulation. So this is the crystallinum jacarta. This is number, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 4. And then number 5 is my Anthurium veitchii. So this is the only one that I'm growing in semi-hydro. Number 5 is my variegated Anthurium hookeri. And then number 6 is my Anthurium. Where's this number 5? Y'all can't count. Or do I have 7? This is the Anthurium radicans crossed with luxurians. This is one of the Anthurium that I recommend for beginners. Look at that beautiful leaf. When they first come out, they are this beautiful bronze color. I mean, so this is a new leaf. This one back here is new. And it's just doing great. It is just really doing great. So, no, I think I have 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I have 6 Anthurium. Now, I probably won't be adding any more to my collection just because I really don't have the room, and there's some other plants that I want to give a try. So I had to be very selective about the plants that I'm choosing now to bring into my collection. And I do have some new ones as well. So that is it, y'all. That is all Chula knows about Anthurium. All I can say is if you don't have any, don't be afraid to try them out. You might want to try the varieties that I have because they have been, for the most part, very easy for me. Let me know down in the comments if you love you some Anthurium, how many you have, what type of Anthurium you have, and if you don't have any, do you plan on adding some to your collection? Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you so much once again for watching and staying tuned. And if you like this content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And also feel free to check me out on my other social media platforms, TikTok, as well as Instagram. All right. So this is not my regular video day. I did miss yesterday, Saturday. So I decided to go ahead and uh, record a video for you all today. Okay. And so this is my first collection series and a list of many to come, my Anthurium collection. All right. Okay, y'all. So take care. And until the next time, hooked on houseplants, y'all. Bye.